Hello, Hannah. Soul Dr. Nick here. And I just recorded that video about awaken the inner sage. And I mentioned about the sunshine because I'm here after sunrise. It's probably around 6:45 a.m. right now. And it's been the thing I've been looking at the most recently from, I call him Papa Jack Cruz. He's a neurosurgeon who's been talking about the sun, especially early morning light, first light, and how the balance of the red light and the blue light and the infrared light and the UV light is really beneficial for the sensors inside the eyes and on the skin. So as much as possible, grounding on the earth and actually exposing as much of the body to the sun as possible. Now here where I am, here in Port Moody, British Columbia, Canada, a little cold, so I've got a lot of clothes on, but I'm exposing as much as I can. And I've got a southwest facing home, so unfortunately the east is slightly blocked off, so I'm not getting the fullness of that morning sun. But being on this patio means I get to have a fire next to me, I get to be really entranced and ensconced in it. And I'm saying all my details out loud to you because I'm inviting you to take a look. What might change? And for me, I'd been waking up early, spontaneously with my cat, waking up sometime between 2 and 4 a.m. and been doing work and all this stuff in the darkness. Now what I've shifted is I'll still wake up then, and I'll always get up whenever I have the impulse to get up, but I'm gonna go back to bed and set my alarm just before first light. And the reason I'm willing to do that now is because I want to make sure my energy is directed towards being with first light. Because even though there's grogginess, the moment I hit that light, and yeah, at first it's like, oh, it's cold, then things really start moving. And the idea is, what if the light actually helps our bodies create more of the ATP, which is the energy molecule, than actually food does? And if we actually did that more, it could actually generate 80 to 90% of ATP. So the minority of it would actually come from the food we eat. Majority would come from the sunlight, and it would rebalance the way our body systems work, rebalance our hormones as well. There's a lot of hormones that only get created, such as the melanopsin and melanin, from that early morning light. It only becomes what it needs to help us sleep at night. And then many of the supplements that we take are actually there because we're actually deficient in it, because we're not getting enough of this morning light. And so when you're doing that, you're just putting off the problem. Because instead of going back to the core of the solution, you're getting little bits of it, but you're constantly having to give more. And one of the people that's doing this, and not a fault, I'm not saying I'm right either, Brian Johnson, he's looking, and I appreciate him looking at how to expand longevity, but he's taking like 150 supplements a day. And would that be as important as letting the body recalibrate? It may not feel as immediate. It's not immediate gratification. I am about 3.5 weeks in, a little longer, to my month-long initial journey of waking up at first light every day, and I've missed 2 days. And I feel bad about it because I've been really good at being consistent otherwise in things that I commit to. And then I'm like, I failed. And I recognize, if you told me any time before this that I would actually be able to make it to a month of first light, I'd be like, no frickin' way. Like, yes, I was waking up early, but being there outside at first light, even when it's raining, like pouring, we can only do that now because I've got that gazebo behind me that my dear friend Francis helped me build. I was sitting on the gazebo for half the time just being in the rain, being around the fire, recording these videos, noticing the light. So I invite you to contemplate that. And even beyond first light, getting out in the sun, building up your solar callus, taking a look at how often we've slathered on this hormone disrupting sunscreen, putting on the sunglasses, and is that actually serving? And don't jump out right away into this, especially if you're somewhere like Texas and there's so much sun and you're like, yeah, I just got burned, Nick, you burned me. It's like, no, listen to your body too. I've been lucky in this northern climates. I can expose my whole body to the sun as much as I want. I won't get burned right now, especially with my complexion. And I'm getting to build myself into it. It was like the perfect time to start building myself into the sun. But know that I'm going to keep recording this and sharing how it's going for me, because I see it. It's not so much being a breatharian. It's a solar powered body. The breath is a beautiful part of the movement. We're solar powered beings. How do we get back into the naturalness of the sun and of the light and of this earth? And even part of it right now is me looking at the screen is not the same as looking at the real environment, light reflecting off. And I'm calling it reality, whatever we want to call it. All right, a lot of love, get out in the sun. Ciao for now.